Saglit lang. Okay. Hi everyone! Welcome back to Mr. Brian's Vlogs. If you are a licensed Filipino teacher who dreams of working in the United Arab Emirates, then this video is especially for you. Over the years, I received hundreds of questions from teachers asking, how do I apply in the UAE schools? Do I need an agency? What documents should I prepare? Is my teaching experience enough? Or what curriculum should I apply for? Then strap up, you are in for a ride because this video will answer all those questions. Having taught in the UAE for many years, I know exactly how confusing the process can be. When I first came here, information wasn't as accessible as it was today. Many applicants end up spending unnecessary amounts of money or making avoidable mistakes simply because they do not know what schools are looking for. So in this video, I'll walk you through the entire process from understanding the different types of schools in the UAE to preparing your documents, applying for jobs, and eventually receiving that job offer. Grab a notebook because this could save you weeks of research. Before sending your CV, you first need to understand that not all schools in the UAE are the same. This is one of the biggest mistakes many first-time applicants make. They send the same application to every school without knowing what each school expects. So here, let's break them down. First, we have the British curriculum schools. These are among the most common private schools in the UAE. They follow the national curriculum for England. Students usually take IGCSEs in years 10 and 11, A-levels in years 12 and 13, and teaching in a British school is generally very structured. Lesson planning focuses on learning objectives, success criteria, formative assessment, student-centered learning, and inquiry and critical thinking. British schools are also places a strong emphasis on safeguarding, behavior management, and continuous assessment. Many of the most high-paying schools in the UAE follow the British curriculum. Examples include schools under GEMS Education, Aldar Education, Talim, ISP, Cognita, and Nord Anglia. So for the past, I think, 12 years, I was teaching in a British school. Okay, so that was basically my experience. Who should apply? Teachers with experience in Cambridge, Pearson Edexcel, British Curriculum, IGCSE, and A-Level. However, don't worry if you only taught another curriculum. Many schools are willing to take or train teachers as long as they are willing to be trained. Example, for myself, before joining a British curriculum school, I was in a Filipino school in the UAE. Another school in the UAE are American curriculum schools. American schools are also very popular, just like the British curriculum schools. So instead of IGCSEs, students often follow the CCSS, which is the Common Core State Standards, NGSS for Science, and American High School Diploma Pathways, or Advanced Placement courses in some schools. They are also called AP. Compared to British schools, American schools often place more emphasis on project-based learning, collaboration, student participation, continuous assessment, and technology integration. If you've taught using American standards or are familiar with different instruction and project-based learning, you'll likely adapt well. So I am now in my new school. This is my, I think this is my third school already. So I am now in an American school and teaching the American curriculum. Third type of curriculum that we are going to talk about is the International Baccalaureate or IB schools. IB schools are among the most prestigious in the UAE. The IB curriculum focuses heavily on developing internationally minded students. Instead of memorizing facts, students learn to research, analyze, reflect, think critically, and solve real world problems. IB schools encourage inquiry based learning where students ask questions, investigate ideas, and take ownership of their learning. Teachers are expected to design lessons that promote independent thinking rather than simply delivering information. IB experience is often preferred, but some schools hire teachers without IB backgrounds and provide training. The last type of school is the MOE schools or the Ministry of Education schools. MOE schools are government schools operated by the UAE Ministry of Education. Many subjects are taught in English, especially science and mathematics, while Arabic and Islamic studies are taught in Arabic. These schools may have additional licensing requirements and recruitment processes. Contract benefits and hiring timelines can differ from private schools. Other than these schools I've mentioned, there are also some Filipino curriculum schools and some Indian curriculum schools. So basically, my experience, I've had experiences teaching in the Filipino curriculum, the British curriculum, and also now, like what I mentioned a while ago, the American curriculum. Which type of school should you choose? If this is your first teaching job in the UAE, don't focus only on salary. Instead, consider professional development opportunities, school reputation, staff support, student behavior, leadership, and career growth. A supportive school can help you gain valuable UAE experience, making it easier to move to higher paying schools later. I'm smiling because it just came to my mind my experiences. My first time here in the UAE, I had I worked in a Filipino curriculum school. Of course, the payment is not as high as I am receiving now, but that experience will lead you to the next experience. It will make you ready for the next experience. So after my Filipino school curriculum experience for 6 years, I then went to a British curriculum, which I said a while ago. It took me 12 years there. I taught there for 12 years, and now I'm on my second year of teaching in an American curriculum school. And I can say that the progression of the curriculum progressed my salary as well. Now, we are on the documents you need before applying. Let's talk about one of the most important parts of your application, your documents. Having your paperwork organized before applying makes the recruitment process much smoother. Number one, you need to have a valid passport. Your passport should ideally have at least 6 months of validity remaining. Schools use this for processing your visa, employment records, and identity verification. Scan the photo page in high quality. Next, PRC license. This proves that you're a licensed professional teacher in the Philippines. You need to scan the front and back copies of your PRC ID, your PRC license number, and the license validity dates. Actually, not all schools are looking for a PRC license, but it just comes in handy as a proof that you are a legitimate teacher in the Philippines. If your PRC license is close to expiring, I would highly suggest that you renew it before applying. Next one is very obvious, your bachelor's degree. Schools need proof of your academic qualifications. For example, Bachelor of Secondary Education major in English, or whatever subject or degree you finish in the university or in college. Also, you will be needing your transcript of records or your TOR. Some schools request your transcript to verify subjects studied, degree completion, and the academic history. So, having a scanned copy saves time. Okay, next is your employment certificate. These verify your teaching experiences. A good employment certificate should include the position you've held, employment dates, school name, school contact details, and the signature from HR or school administrator. Some school may also ask for a detailed service certificate. The next one would be the reference letters. A strong reference letter can significantly improve your application. Ideally, obtain it from your principal, your head of department, academic coordinator, or your vice principal. These letters should highlight your classroom management, professionalism, teamwork, leadership skills, and communication skills. Few more things to note, you will also be needing your updated CV. Your CV should include your professional summary, qualifications, teaching license, teaching experiences, professional development, certifications, extracurricular involvement, skills, and contact information. I would highly suggest to keep it no longer than 1 or 2 pages if possible. Okay, you also need to have your passport-sized photo. Use a recent professional-looking photo with a plain background. Avoid selfies or heavily edited pictures. For the next one, you also need your police clearance. So some schools request police clearance before employment or during visa processing. Depending on where you're applying from, this may come from the Philippines, the country you're residing, or the UAE itself. I think this is the last one. You need to have your degree attested. Many first-time applicants confuse this. An attested degree is simply a degree that has been officially verified through the required government authority so it can be recognized in the UAE. Your employer will usually tell you exactly which attestations are required based on the emirate where you will work. Do not spend money or on attestation until your employer confirms the requirements. Oh, we still have one. The teaching license or local approval. Depending on the emirate and employer, you may need to complete the relevant local teacher approval or licensing process after being hired. So in Dubai, they have the KHDA license, and here in Abu Dhabi, where I am currently teaching and residing, they have the ADEC pass. So both of those things, I was able to successfully pass, and you will not be hired or you will not be allowed to teach unless you have both of them. Let's recap. You have all those requirements ready, but what are the qualities that a school is generally looking for a teacher? So schools generally look for a bachelor's degree, a PRC license, but not always, relevant teaching experience, strong English communication, classroom management skills, technology integration, and student-centered teaching. If you're applying for a secondary school, your degree should ideally match the subject you'll teach. So just to share an experience, before I was teaching English, and then I was assigned to teach Filipino and then drama. So after a few years of teaching those subjects, Dubai generally said that you cannot do that anymore. So I went back to teaching the subject that I originally finished, which is Bachelor of Secondary in Education, major in English. Okay, now we're going to talk about where is the best place to apply. So the best place to apply is of course the official school career websites, LinkedIn Jobs, Test Jobs, Teach Away, Search Associates, and Indeed UAE. Just again, a short story. I came here in Dubai 2007 as a tourist visa holder. So during that time, what teachers will usually do, we're gonna go around different schools and hand out our resume. And then also in the UAE, if I may note, if you know someone from that particular school already hired, then that's more chances of you getting hired. So generally, that's what I would do if I were in your case during in 2007. But now, I would suggest not to do that thing, but generally apply on school websites. Always apply directly whenever possible. Recruitment agencies can be helpful, but applying directly gives you more control over your application. You've done all the paperworks, you've started applying online, now you've got an interview. So, how should the interview go, and what questions are expected? So first, you need to tell us about yourself. This is a very common interview question. And also, why do you want to teach in the UAE? You can also be asked of questions like, describe your classroom management style and how do you support struggling learners. They're very big with differentiation and supporting all types of learners in the UAE. Some schools might ask you how you use technology in your lessons, and you can also describe a successful lesson you've taught. Most commonly, you need to use the STAR method, which is the situation, task, action, and result when answering behavioral questions. Also, a tip is to dress professionally. Test your internet connection beforehand if you're going to be interviewed via Zoom, and maintain eye contact with the camera. Once the interview is successful, then after a few more days or weeks, you will be given your job offer, your visa, and your final advice. So once you receive your offer, read the contract carefully, understand your salary and allowances, check the accommodation or housing benefits, confirm medical insurance, ask about annual flight tickets, understand your probation period, and clarify visa sponsorship. So for my own experience, the school provided me with my own visa, my own annual flight tickets round trip from Dubai or from the UAE to my home country. I also do have my medical insurance, and I also have my accommodation. So this small room is paid by the school. It is already included in my salary package. Don't resign from your current job until you have a good contract and clear instructions from your new employer. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I hope this guide has helped you make the process of applying to the UAE school a little less overwhelming. Remember, every successful teacher working here started exactly where you are now, with a dream and a job application. Stay patient, keep improving your skills, and don't let rejections discourage you. Sometimes all it takes is one interview to change your career. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your fellow teachers in the Philippines who are hoping to work abroad. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. Or perhaps create another video based on your questions. This is Mr. Brian from Mr. Brian's Vlogs. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.